Live.
Okay.
Yes, we are live, and you know the show is Chicago Talks. We talk to all the women around Chicago doing what they do. We talk fashion, we talk politics, we do it all. But we'll do it as soon as we come right back. Hey, this is AJ Williams, the media guy, inviting you to tune in and watch Her World Media weekly update report as we highlight women performing in their worldly roles from mothers to medicine and just celebrating the female image without any sexual exploitation. You can view this report every Friday in March in recognition of Women's Month. The report is available after 5 p.m. Remember, all things, all women, all the time. And we're back. And we got a special guest, the lady that opened all the spas for America in the south side of Chicago, Miss Bettye O. How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm great, thank you. And thank you for inviting me on your show.
Hey, I'm glad I could get to you. You got bodyguards and you're a celebrity in Chicago. They don't let people get too close to you.
Oh, listen. Yes, they do. I travel alone.
I know you like the Lone Ranger. We only know you after you get there and say stick them up.
Right.
Then we know you in the building.
Right.
So what's new in your life? You run around here like you 17 years old. I know you're 22, but we won't tell nobody you have to be card.
Okay, all right. I'm an AARP member.
Okay. You got the big card, huh?
Right.
So what's the what I know women, I hate to say it, I don't want to sound like a male chauvinist. Women get into beauty because they have vanity and vain, but there's so much else behind it. But most men sitting in the barbershop, we don't know.
Well,
we just know
men started spas, not women.
Oh, okay.
The Roman baths, the Greek baths, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but men in America seem to be too busy to spend time taking care of themselves. In fact, everyone needs to take care of themselves first, then they can help somebody else. When you get on a plane, the first thing they say is, if the oxygen mask comes down and you're with someone else, put the mask on yourself first. Save yourself, then you can save somebody else. You save them, they run off and leave you. And you're gone.
You're gone. Wow. So what inspired you to get into the spas? It sounds like you've been a swimmer from the little conversation we had just before.
Yeah, what inspired me was having my first facial and seeing the difference in my skin. And I thought I was looking cute, but I must have been looking like Ookie Mookie. Nobody else knew because everybody was looking like Ookie Mookie because they hadn't had facials. But the experience I received from that first facial inspired me, as well as the lady who gave it to me. And said, you should go into this business. And I go, if it requires going to school, no, I've had enough of schooling. When I die and God says, now you have to go over to so-and-so Google University, I'll ask him if it's someplace else I can go without having to go to the university. But that, and the fact that she kept calling me every day, well, did you decide? Did you decide? It sort of embarrassed me. And finally I said, okay. So I went back to Paris, looked into it, and came back, and she called, do you open soon? I said, look, I don't have the monies to do it with. But then one day I got a letter from the bank saying, borrow money for bicycles, tricycles, skates. So I said, well, maybe they'll loan me some money to open. So I went down and to was South Shore Bank at the time.
Oh, the great South Shore.
Yeah, and I asked Milton, who was president at the time, and they loaned me the monies. They loaned me, I think, $10,000. And a girlfriend of mine who owned a wig salon said, if you could have some space here in the wig salon. And that's how I got started.
Man, well, that's young ladies out here listening. You can get started. You just but the lady must have saw something in you to keep being so consistent and persistent and asking you and
Well,
inquiring.
we were friends. We used to model
Oh,
together.
okay,
And
okay.
she's from where is she from? Not Jamaica. She's from at least someplace. And you know how persistent they are all the time. So
Okay.
he finally told me, go. And I did. I went back to Paris. I studied over there and came back, and the rest is history.
I,
And
and I, and I,
that was
I
in,
guess Europe. I guess Europe would be the fitting place to
yes,
learn that thing.
yes. And I decided because Ponce de Leon was looking for the fountain of youth, is how he discovered Florida.
Yeah.
So they've
Ponce
been
de Leon.
mhm. So
Taking me back to school. Oh, Lord.
right. And so that's how I got started.
And haven't stopped.
And
Been running ever since.
yep, this is our 44th year, I think, this year. We were the first Black-owned spa in the world, in the whole world.
Man.
And
And
it has its up and its downs, because first I had to educate people about the importance of taking care of their skin. You know, they take care of their clothes, they get them clean, they put them in storage when the ones that need to go into storage. Well, the garment that we wear called skin is our clothes, and we have to preserve it.
and you know you're so right because I over the years, being a cop, being a soldier, working in the elements. When I was a lifeguard as a young person, all my hair fell out, turned orange, it burnt off my legs. I would never put sunscreen. I'll never put oil. I'll take a shower, rinse the chlorine off me, but then the soap dried me out. And then when I go in the sun, like I said, I had orange hair one time, and all my hair just fell off my legs. At the bottom of my leg, my calves, I got no hair. Looked like a bare chicken leg. That's because I didn't take care of, in my hair. One time I went to go wash my hair. I was looking like buckwheat. I had little spots, and
Each person had its own root.
yeah, because I didn't believe. I said, "Oh, that's woman. Men don't put conditioner in their hair." At least I thought black men. I never saw a black man do that.
Right.
Even when I went to the army, I'm in the shower with guys. I see some of the other ethnic guys got hair conditioner, but none of the black guys. We go in there with some regular shampoo. We don't put conditioner. That's woman stuff, man. Go man, get out of here. Go to the spa with that VO5 and all that stuff. But that's where I end up bald.
Well, it's not too late. Not that you're gonna grow your hair back.
Yeah,
grow your skin back.
Yeah, and I do because I have some ashes. Sometimes I have to be. I always say in the summertime, my sisters always tell me, "Oh, your legs so ashy." I said, when I put my shorts on, I make sure I grease up. But in the wintertime, I say nobody's looking under my leg pants.
Oh, no. You see, the problem is skins of color, skins with melanin, has enough oils but not enough water. Caucasian skin has enough water but not enough oil. So we don't wrinkle, but we get ashy because we get all dried out. The atmosphere just sucks the air out of us.
Yeah, that's why we don't really crack. We just get ashy.
Right, right.
And it's so
the skin is supposed to have a glow to it, and most of the time they'll put Vaseline on their face, which means that the skin cannot breathe because it's protective of it. And you have to have a moisturizer, and soap is drying. So your face with soap.
Yeah, I even started using Noxzema like my mama. I don't let anybody know that.
Yeah. Well, that was all we had at one time. We didn't know. And I've been in the theater and acting business all my life, and I didn't know. I just did the things that I could. I would put my Pond's cold cream on and everything. And then when they came out with, I forget the name of the product they came out with, and I started using it, and that was the best I could do. But once I got in the business, I found out that it did not have a high enough moisturizing factor for skin color.
So is that the key? Not all these other chemicals they coming up like Revlon. All look like each week they got something new that's gonna make your skin do this and that. And
right, but it's not gonna always work on melanated skin because whatever product you're using has to have a high moisturizing level. I remember when I first got into business and I started ordering products and things, and I wasn't getting any results. And so I went back to Paris and to a congress, and I met this lab that made products and everything. And I got some of her products and came back, and I still wasn't getting the results that I knew that I should have. So I called her one day and I said, Maytu, the products are not working. They're not giving me the results I need for my client's skin. I said, most of my clients are people of color. Most of them are Black people. She said, Bettye, we never even think about Black people. I said, I don't blame you. I don't think of French people until I have to call you. So I'll be back over there, and we put together a formula, which for years I used it until some of the European people started coming over here. And then they changed the franc to the euro, and it made it so expensive. So now I have everything. I always test everything on myself before I test it on my clients.
Well, I have to make a confession. Maybe none of my Army guys or buddies are listening from 1982. But at one time when I was in Colorado, I started sneaking off base, getting a facial and getting my nails done. I didn't tell anybody, you know.
Why?
Yeah, you know, I'm a soldier, Black. Matter of fact, when women come in the shop, I would sit all the way at the end and I would try to get them to think that I was bringing somebody else. I'm just waiting on somebody. I mean, you know, it's just we don't talk about facials.
Yeah, I'm an ex-Army officer. I was in the United States Army Nurse Corps.
Oh,
and
okay.
I would do my little facials and whatever I could. And I learned that from my grandmother because you would take Lipton's tea, put it in a pot, and boil it, and then put a towel over her head and hold it to open the pores, and then put a mask on, oatmeal or something like that, which oatmeal is drying for the skin too, but it's doing something, you know. And that was years ago.
Somebody told me about rainwater.
Rainwater?
Hey, Beth.
Well, I wouldn't trust the rainwater today because it's so polluted. It's so polluted. But one of the things that I try to educate everybody is because I thought that white people were putting on sunscreen to tan. I didn't know they were putting it on to protect themselves from the sun. So now, though, all of the ozone is gone, and people with melanated skin must wear sunscreen. And most people don't even understand. Do you understand sunscreen, what the numbers mean and everything?
No, they try to tell me when I was a lifeguard, the Park District tried to educate us on, because every year they would give us the super number, this block so many rays and this and that, and I was like, okay, I'll take it.
The FDA only approves 30.
Oh, 30. Okay.
And you will find some saying 70, 75, 50. And do you know what 30 stands for? You can be in direct sunlight for 30 minutes before you reapply it again.
Wow.
Reapply it again.
Wow.
Man, learn something new every day you get older.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to learn something every day. Bettye, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening.
And I'm so happy that you've graced the program. Tony, Miss Bettye has been the angel who's helped me maintain my skin for a number of years. I won't say how long, over 30. I'm sorry I don't have on makeup this evening because I'm just getting in the house.
You don't need it, darling.
Thank you. And it's because I see you.
About Americans are they cover up, and in Europe they fix up.
Okay.
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 Oh, I could. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I was about to think about some stories when I was in Europe, but I'll
Okay.
leave that.
Don't.
I'll leave that for the bar. Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I've been to Europe too, ma'am. So I ran through France and Germany and parts of Spain. I think tips of Italy, but yeah. So but those are war stories. So I don't want
Miss
to.
Bettye, would you talk about your the services that are offered by Bettye O in Hyde Park? We need to hear something about that.
Okay. First of all, the word spa means healing with water.
Okay.
So if a place that you go does not have water therapy, they're not a spa, they're a salon.
Mm.
You get the difference?
Of course.
Okay, so because they all started with men, with the Roman baths, the turkey baths, all
Mm-hmm.
started with men. And in Africa, it amazed me that the women were walking around with the babies on their back and the wood on their head, and the men were sitting there getting manicures and pedicures on the street.
Hmm.
So the men in Africa are not opposed to taking care of themselves.
Mhm.
Only most of the American men, and I think it's because they weren't educated into it, and then everything here seems to be deal with gender, and
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to say that, oh, I want to pamper myself or blah blah blah. Well, you better, because one of the things is that you work hard, and then you die, and then your wife can spend time at the spa.
Yes.
For insurance.
I knew something. They say y'all live longer than us anyway.
Not
Because
said for real. We do live longer than you all.
right,
Even though we have more hard work to do, we live longer than you.
right, exactly. But then
Mm-hmm.
we give the services of facials, and they're all different types of facials.
Right.
I have most of the people just book for a video signature facial or a men's executive facial. And then once I see the skin, I can tell exactly what products they need and what type of facial they should be given. We
Wow.
also do manicure pedicures, but manicure pedicures are actually a salon service, not really a spa service,
Okay.
because it's working with the body that makes it a spa service. Most of the services are spa. We do massages, and most men don't get massages, and they should. We do the hydrotherapy tub. We have different types of baths that you can get. It's the product that we put in the bath, and then there's an attendant who works with the jets. There are like 85 jets in the tub, which I imported the tub from France too, because it
Wow.
wasn't here at the time. We do body wraps, which are good for cellulites. It's good for losing water weight, uh, and it's very relaxing. And we do waxing, take the hair off the chest of men, the arms of men if they feel they have too much. And with women, we do Brazilian and bikini and eyebrow arches and
Mm.
chin waxes and upper lip wax and eyebrow. So,
We don't have any numbers for you. AJ, do you have Miss Betty's salons?
I was just about to
Spa
ask where I
number?
was because I was going to put it up.
You need to put it up, please.
and it's Bettye O Day Spa,
Right.
773-752-3600. And our website is www.bettye.dayspa.com.
Okay.
Okay, we'll repeat it once more before I leave.
Right.
I'm gonna put your number up now. Don't let it scroll around for a little while.
All righty.
What would you recommend for the person who sees this podcast, female this time? What do you recommend she do? Come make an initial appointment with you, and then there will be a prescription in terms of what she needs to do to maintain good skin.
Yes. We
Okay.
like for them to try to purchase some products
Okay.
that we know would work for their skin. And then one of the things that we do at Bettye O is if you've been on a product, cleanser, toner, moisturizers are the basic products. And you've been on it, and usually it lasts you for about 3 months. When you come in to change to get some more, we don't put you on the same product you were on before, because the skin would become too accustomed to it and you wouldn't get the buildup. We also do different types of facials because if your skin improves, then we go a little higher and a little higher. One of the things, a lot of melanated skin have dark splotches uh,
Right.
across the forehead, the cheeks, and places like that, and they want to clear it up. But first of all, you have to get enough moisture in your skin because whatever you use to lighten those dark areas will also dry them out. So it's a process for everything.
Yes, it is
And
a
one of the
process.
things that always amazes me is that they spend more money going buying products because they hear it advertised on TV, but it's not necessarily products that they need,
Right.
and they
Right.
don't get the results that they need, so they put it to the side and go buy more.
Something more. Yes.
Generate something else. So I try to keep the price. I just raised my prices the 1st of March for the first time in five or 6 years, and I really didn't want to do it this time, but this virus knocked everything
Right.
out, and my suppliers started charging me more, so I could only swallow it for so long. But always take care of yourself first. Then
Yes.
you can take care of somebody else.
So I
Well,
got a
as
question.
women, we're taught to take care of others
Yes.
and we put ourselves
Yes.
last.
And don't think of it as being a luxury. It's a necessity.
Yes.
Okay. Because you've got to wear this skin you're wearing
For your entire life.
here. Right.
And you just bring me to some stories, but not real crazy. But when I remember in Korea, well, they adapt to anything for soldiers to make money. But I remember sitting in a chair getting a haircut when I had hair, and I used to wear it all wavy and all that. I remember the little Korean girls cutting my hair, and the next thing I know, I didn't realize that the haircut was feeling so great. I didn't realize she was massaging my shoulders, chop, and I had to turn around. Oh no, that's for the other shop. She go, no. I was like, what are you doing? Yeah, that could. I was like, wow, but I was ready to go get a haircut all the time now. Like, man, after a day work in the motor pool with all that soldiers rucksack, that was the most relaxing haircut I ever had around the world, from Germany.
Well, I invite you to come down to Bettye O at least
Yes.
once a month or once every 4 to 6 weeks. You deserve it. I mean, you pay light bill and Miss Commonwealth Edison and her husband go away to a destination spa. You pay your gas bill and Miss People's Gas and her husband go away to a destination spa for a month or two.
They own the island.
At least you can come to a day spa.
Day spa.
I will suggest I have a standing appointment at Bettye O's, and I'm going to see if I can coerce Mr. Williams to come and to experience the luxuriousness.
I don't know if I could
your face cared for.
Sit in the pit with the guys talking about, let's do a spa day, guys.
No, you could do a spa day with me. You could do a spa day.
I can't tell the guys, man. Hey, y'all, let's do a spa day, guys. Instead of going to the bar.
Right.
I get kicked out.
Right. Just start taking care of yourself.
Sure.
The main thing.
Sure.
You know?
That's why I said I was going to get a wife. Maybe I've had that, put that on her schedule and make sure she reminds me and, keep me right. I mean, that's what I used to hear the old guys say in the barbershop.
Just put it on your call up. Everybody's very nice. I had an idea, and I think I'll talk to you about it when I come to the salon. It would be really good if we could do a podcast to engage younger women in their 20s and 30s who are starting out and have no idea about skincare. And that would be a good segment, hopefully, that you could develop with Bettye O. So we'll talk. I'll talk.
And you would be the roving reporter on site, and we'll do it right there. We can stream it right there from your iPhone.
I'm serious. That would be
I'm serious. I already got that in my head.
Yeah, and then you could put some coupons in the Hyde Park Herald. Let's talk about that. You might not want to do that.
I found that the paper doesn't work because people don't read
anymore.
Best thing is online now.
Okay.
They don't read the papers anymore.
Okay. Okay. Well, it was a thought. I still will make some notes.
Okay. We'll talk.
And in order to to boost your business, but also it's about to get a correct word. We don't get good information in this society. We get information that's going to benefit some others' pockets.
Right, exactly.
And as women of color, who, when I was a child, there was only Overton's makeup that was available to us, Overton's product. Then you had the Gardener's products. I forget their names.
Yeah.
But I don't, L'Oreal and Revlon have taken over those former African American.
Before I opened the spa, well, I opened first as a skincare salon, just doing facials. My girlfriend, who's also had a television show in New York, and I wrote a letter to Revlon asking them to come out with cosmetics for women of color. And I have the letter with me still. They wrote back, the market is not great enough.
Whoa.
And then after that, Johnson came out with Fashion Fair.
Right.
Then they came out trying to sell all kinds of colors.
Right.
And now they advertise. Same thing happened. I'll be short about this. I used to work at the automobile show. And once we went to Detroit first. That was the first place we would go. Then Chicago, then New York. And Cadillac refused and said that they would not have a black model representing their cars. They would show their cars without a model, period. And they did. But yet most of the black people were buying Cadillac.
Who were successful had a Cadillac.
And I got a story about Cadillac. I got some old guys that was there. They were living right now. They'd be over 100. And they told me a story that a guy they knew was sitting in the car with the owner of Cadillac, and they was about to close down at one point in time. Cadillac was going out of business because back then, and they wouldn't allow a black man to buy a Cadillac,
right,
even if he had the money.
Yeah.
He told the white guy, said, "Well, listen, sir, if you have one of your friends and could go buy the car, I got a bunch of buddies that love to buy a Cadillac." He looked, we don't sell Cadillac. That's a prestige thing. He said, it'll keep you out. And he thought about it and he came back. He bought the first one. And next thing you know, he had all his buddies buying all the black guys Cadillac. And that what brought Cadillac back up.
Well, the other thing is that there weren't any Cadillac dealerships. And L. Johnson, that's a whole story too, about becoming the first Cadillac dealership, because to be successful in the 50s and 40s, early 60s, it was buy a Cadillac or have a Lincoln. And every year my family bought a new Lincoln, or the other folks were buying Cadillacs, but there was a blend to be successful. And at some point you had to pay cash for those cars because you couldn't get financing for it. I remember everybody was so proud. I put $6,000 down and got this. I'm going like, ooh, that's a lot of money for a car. But times have changed, and hopefully with more awareness, positive marketing can affect how we treat our bodies. And thank you so much, Miss Bettye. And
you're welcome.
All praises to you for the emphasis and the focus you've given women, and melanated women especially, about how to maintain good health as reflected in good skin care.
Right, exactly. Because we are skin. That's the first thing you see before you see anything else about. You see the whole body of skin.
Well, hey.
So we're getting more and more men in now, young men.
Oh, young men.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. You still gonna come by, Tony? You need to come by and check it out.
I do. I need to work over. I'm telling you, I'm
maybe
trying
we can get you out of that cap.
Yeah,
I've never seen you without it. It should be interesting. I know.
Yeah. I'm gonna get my 6-pack back, and I'm gonna get some glowing skin. I might even put a little.
Work on that. That'll be reflected. But Bettye, I really do appreciate your coming tonight. I'm hoping this will not be your last participation
Oh no! Well,
in
thank you for inviting.
She's part of the Chicago Talks. This is
Good.
about the women that make Chicago move, and they don't get celebrated. I'm celebrating them.
No,
Okay.
you don't. But it's
This
an
is
honor
what
and a
it's
privilege
for. Yes.
to have had benefit of your magic.
Oh, bless
Yes.
your heart.
And that's what you
And
have.
the thing about you, Maybeth, is you follow through. You see, I don't go home with you. You're gonna look nice walking out after your facial and everything, but you see yourself every day.
Yes.
So there's something you have to do is start worshiping yourself first thing in the morning by washing your face and moisturizing and all.
Putting your product on, yes.
Right, right.
But I also try to maintain good diet, and I'm hydrating. I got that from you.
Right.
About
Also,
drinking
another
liquid.
important thing that people should know is anytime the heat comes on, you must have a humidifier in your
Right.
bedroom, not
Yes.
the one that's with the house. It's not enough.
No.
Your bedroom, because the heat sucks all the water out of you, your furniture, everything.
Right. Hi, Keila.
Hey, Miss Keila.
How are
Can you hear
Hey,
us?
hello, Miss Betty. Yes, can you hear me?
Hi. How are you?
Hi, how are you? I have another meeting. Good evening, everyone, and I'll talk with you soon.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
The revolution. The revolution.
Stop. Take.
Okay, darling. Thank you.
Miss Upton, what's
You
going
look
on?
fabulous, madam.
Oh, doesn't she?
I am just so
Merci,
grateful I was
thank
able
you.
to get on.
Yeah, I had to restrain myself
welcome.
from flirting when we was in the green room.
Oh, really?
Yes, I didn't know who was listening. You said your daughter's with you. I didn't want to be like, you tell that young man to watch yourself.
I'm
what's
sorry
new
I
on
was
your
late. I
end?
was having some work done. I just had some work
Oh,
done in my house. They demolished the wall so I could open it up, and it's
well,
just,
you rich
change
people
is a
always
good
got
thing.
things going on.
Look, I got the hookup.
Yeah, I know.
He did it for such an affordable price. I was just so
Right.
happy and grateful.
I'm not gonna tell
It
nobody
pays
that you rich.
But let me tell you something. Look, I am rich, prosperous, and highly favored, as we all are.
Well, you women sure know know what to say to have that dollar down somewhere. Boy, you're something else. That's why I like
Well,
it.
listen, let me say this. It pays to have great neighbors. My neighbor referred me to this person, and my neighbor is very handy. And so he knows this person personally. And he came over the same day I called. He gave me a price like within 2 hours. He showed up, because lots of people say they do stuff and some people don't show up
Yeah,
to their word.
right.
Mm,
It's
mm,
very
mm.
hard because people are not as concerned about after the job as they used to be. They just want the monies. And so it's very hard to find someone who would treat your home as you would treat it, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, I have a father and a brother who are licensed architects. And when my brother
Mm.
was living in this house, he was overseeing. We did some work. He wanted to get some work done, which needed to be done. So I said, well, okay, as long as you oversee it, we're good. And the guy got his retainer, his upfront deposit. And then I think I paid him, like I've learned from them, you never give all the money up front, right?
No.
So to the
Mm-mm.
ladies, never ever. You always give a retainer or deposit, and then you can give a partial payment halfway through or at some point you decide, but you never ever, and I've learned this from doing murals for 30 years, you never pay your contractor or whoever you're agreeing with the final money till they're done.
Right.
Don't ever, because if you do, you probably won't see them
Yeah.
again and they won't finish.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a tip from your legal shield person right there.
And if you're a Legal Shield member, make sure you get that agreement reviewed by your attorney at your law firm to make sure you're not kind of putting yourself in a bind, to make sure you're protected. Because I would tell you, we had a member who was having roof work done, and the people were great. They cleaned up after themselves, which is not always the case. And they had the dumpster brought on. She has a front drive to her garage. So they had the dumpster in the drive so they could throw the old roofing off into the dumpster. And the lawyer reviewed the contract. He said, it looks great. Everything's fine, except I want you to put a rider on it that says they are responsible if they don't set up for the dumpster to get picked up, and they pay for it. Because if they leave and they don't do that, then the homeowner is responsible. So it's little tips like that that can save us a lot of stress and time and money that we may not know to know. Because it doesn't make sense to pay an attorney hundreds to do that.
When we learn something, we must share it with the other people so that they will know. That's the only way to educate them.
That's what we should do. That's what
I
we
agree.
should do.
So educate me, Miss Bettye. I have been to your spa before, and I love that hydrotherapy tub. Oh my God!
Oh, she was just speaking about that.
Oh, I love that thing.
Have you been recently? When were you there?
Not since you moved. Not since you moved.
Since I moved from Harper?
Yes, my ex-husband had a store in Harper Court before they demolished it, and he gave me a gift. I had the lunch and the hydro tub and the facial. I had all kinds of stuff. It was beautiful.
And did you enjoy it?
I loved it.
I see you'll be making an appointment this week sometime to come in next week.
When I get back in town.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. We were talking about self-care a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
She's somewhere in Europe somewhere. She's a traveler too.
Oh,
you know.
Actually, I'm going to the Legal Show 50th year anniversary convention.
The what?
The 50th year anniversary convention for Legal Shield.
Okay. All right.
That's been around. And then I get to go see my sugar pie honey bun daughter who's in college to become a nurse practitioner.
Oh, good for her. I'm a registered nurse.
Are you? I don't think I knew that.
This university and Meharry Medical College in Nashville, Tennessee.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's where she is, in Nashville. But she's not at Meharry.
Is she at where? Tennessee State?
She's at Vanderbilt.
At Vanderbilt.
Oh, Vanderbilt. Ooh. Yeah.
So what part of Europe are you going to?
I'm not going to Europe. He's just talking.
She's always somewhere. I don't know. Europe, Australia.
He's saying that because I just came back from Mexico.
I got another doctor that comes on. She's still in Milan. Simone Lewis, Dr. Lewis. Yeah, I think she's still in Milan somewhere. I think she's taking her sabbatical. So
good for her.
Yeah,
people need to travel because you learn so much. I have been lucky enough to have made all the 7 continents of the world. I made Antarctica in 2020, and that was my last continent that I had to do, and I'd made all 7 by that time.
Only by the Army. That's other than that. I never traveled as a civilian.
Oh my goodness.
That's it. I haven't traveled nowhere since I've been off active duty, really.
Oh no.
Around the States.
You have to travel.
Yeah, don't do that to yourself. It is so much world out there to see. I'll tell you what I did when I was sequestered here because of the virus. Every night I would go to a different country on YouTube. Learn about people, and it's the most amazing thing. As different as we are, we're still just that much alike. But do that at night. Just go to YouTube and put in a country you want to go to. Then you can put in a city you want to go to in that country and learn about it.
Hey, you know what? That's what I do through my Her World Media show. I talk about women from all around the world, their struggles, their gifts, whatever they're doing. So that's my travel, how I travel now.
Okay.
That's a great tip, Miss Bettye. That is a wonderful tip. I was at the YMCA with a friend recently, and he was doing the treadmill, and apparently they have you get the scenery that you can watch while you're you pretend you're walking, and everybody else that's on the treadmill is there with you walking. And he chose Italy. So you can actually see the terrain of other countries while you're doing that too. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yep, it's so different. It's I mean, it's amazing how beautiful this world is, and too bad man wants to blow it up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Well, hey, ladies,
grateful and blessed.
I'm not gonna keep y'all. I said, I
Okay.
know you got other things. Thanks for popping in from around the world and Mexico, Australia, and ma'am, to the spa queen of the world. I hope I can have you back, and you can always pop in and give some tips to these men and to the young ladies.
Sure.
And hey, you guys have a great.
But not until I've seen you and serviced you at Bettye O.
You got me. You know what? I'm gonna try to get in next week.
Okay.
I'll come in and
well, just come down and see spa and see the services and go visit.
Come visit, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'll do. And the address?
1424 East 53rd Street, Suite 101.
Okay.
It's in the same building as Boston Market.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. Well,
I will
you
tell
got it,
you,
folks. Yeah.
I want to be like you when I want to look as beautiful as you, Miss Bettye, when I grow up.
Oh,
yeah. See, I never been married, so I got to get some good looks and get back in shape so I get in a tux, so I can look like somebody debonair and get somebody at least worth $2.50. Take me. You ladies are worth it. I got to do something.
Okay, but just start with yourself.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself first. Then you can take care of somebody else.
All right, ladies. Y'all have a good evening, and I appreciate it. No, thanks for you coming on to my little show.
Darling.
Miss Kia, I'll see you next time around the world somewhere.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Hey, it's your buddy AJ Williams, the media guy. Come join the Her World Media Hervolution every Wednesday at 6 p.m. at Her World Media on Facebook. All news, all sports, all women, all the time.
I'm still there.
Oh yeah, I'm still here. We coming out of the show.
Oh, okay. But thank you for having me.
Thank you for accepting.
Okay.
It's all about the exception. Somebody don't accept you, you can't do nothing.
Oh, well, the thing about it is always have them accept you.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Yep.
Okay.
Have a great evening.
You too. Stay safe.
Yes, thank you.
Uh-huh.